Hey everyone, this is Nanan, and today I'll be looking at some parts from a store called Chrome Block City. And Chrome Block City is a store based off in Poland, and they make chrome bricks. So these are essentially official Lego parts that have been applied a layer of chrome to them. I'm not sure how the process works, but the quality turns out to be very nice. And if you are not familiar with Lego parts and the chrome colors that they come in, you might think that's a actual official Lego part, because they're not really different from the chrome bricks that Lego makes. So that was a very roundabout way of not saying much. Anyways, let's go ahead and name off the parts and different colors. So first of all, we have chrome red, chrome copper, this is titanium chrome, chrome steel, it's a darker kind of grayish color chrome, chrome silver, chrome lime green, chrome gold, and chrome sky blue. So overall, quite a variety of colors. Now in terms of pricing for these guys, the bricks kind of run you about anywhere between $1 to $2 or $3, and some of the more fancy parts like the headgears or mask, for example, that's going to run you between $5 and $10, and the high-end items like the minifigure will go for about $15-16, I think. So let's take a look at the parts and see how compatible they are with normal Lego parts and minifigures. So normally you might expect, with a chrome brick, or there's going to be a layer of material added to the part that's going to make it thicker, for example, but that's actually not the case. The grip is actually perfect, just like a normal Lego part would be. And in terms of the clutch power, they are exactly identical to Lego parts. So essentially, the only thing that's changed about these are the color. So in terms of color, let's take a look at the consistency of these red bricks. And one thing that I noticed that for the chrome red is that overall, if you take a look at it, you're not going to notice that much quality issues. But if you take a really close look, you might see that there's a little bit of fading around the studs, and I'm not sure if that's because the coat is a bit too thin around there or what else. But really, this is a really minor issue that I normally wouldn't care so much about, but I just want to mention it for all those perfectionists out there. Other things that I want to mention, well, this guy, I kind of asked the owner of Chrome Block City to send me this mask, and he's a good friend of mine. So back in the day, Bionicle was huge, and I was 11 or 12 when I got my hands on the first Bionicle parts. And when the golden masks came out, I was like, oh my gosh, like it's a must-have item or whatever. And back then, it's it's kind of a metallic chrome gold, and like it's never a real chrome gold. So now Chrome Block City makes chrome items. You can actually have these masks or other items that you can have in color that you wanted to, which is chrome gold in my case. These two shields, I want to mention them because you can actually see the original pattern right here that they were made from. So this one was from one of the collectible minifigures. I think it's the knight, and then this one is also from one of the collectible minifigures. I think this is a Aztec warrior. You can kind of see the pattern when you kind of tilt the shield a little bit. So I think that's kind of nice that they retain some of the pattern on the Lego brick. So that brings me to the VIP minifigure, which you'll be familiar with from Lego's VIP card. The joints are actually more stiff than a normal minifigure's joints. It takes quite a bit of force to swing his arms around. And the head is also latched on pretty tight. And so on the legs. Took me 2 attempts to try to pull the leg off. One minor complaint that I have about this guy is, again, with the color and the texture patterns, you can see that maybe it's not so obvious to the camera, but his torso was actually from a Star Wars clone trooper. So you can see some of the original markings that are left over from, it's not exactly concealed by the chrome. So it's a minor complaint. You're not going to notice it until you actually examine it. In terms of other parts, these are really cool weapons, available in chrome red and other colors as well. One thing that I noticed is that all these guys have a little bit of non-chrome areas, and I'm not sure what the deal of that is. It's probably from holding onto the brick during the chrome process, which kind of makes sense. I mean, you can't get it to be perfect, so it's a small detail that can be overlooked, but I just want to bring it out there. But most of the other bricks, they don't really have that kind of issue. Like, for example, the Scorpion looks like a very complex item, and it's actually chromed all the way from top to the bottom, and pretty flawless job right there. This is the alien from Toy Story. As you can see, that's a very cute item. It's chrome gold, and it's very fancy. So this is the violin case from one of the collectible minifigures, and not only is it chrome, but it's also functional. You can open it up, and the interior is chrome as well. So one thing that you might have noticed is that there's so many unique parts, and that brings me to the point that Chrome Block City, they actually only have a very limited selection of each chrome piece. For example, most of the items, for example, like the mask, they only have one copy of these in their store, and making them truly unique and one-of-a-kind pieces. And this, Chrome Block City is a relatively small store. They don't really, they've been open for not as long as some of the other larger stores around. So I think the owner has a lot more time to kind of individually handpick some of the parts that are chromed. Chrome frogs, chrome barrels, and these are pretty cool. These are minifigure stands. So for those of you who are lucky enough to own a Mr. Gold, you can actually have a matching chrome gold stand to go with him. So let's take a look at the hairpiece. This is a chrome silver hair, and it fits on very nicely, and it comes off nicely. So there's no extra clutch power, for example, that's found in the minifigure here, which it's quite difficult to remove them. Anyways, you get the point. So overall, let's go ahead and make this video short and wrap it up. My verdict of Chrome Block City is that, it's a very nice place. There's an incredible selection of different colors and different parts, and most of the parts are unique, and they only have maybe 1 to about 5 copies of them. So, if for example, if you own like a chrome red skull, you might be, one of the only people in the world to have this part in chrome red. And I'm not sure the owner is going to be making more or not. And really it's up to his fancy which parts that he wants to make in chrome. And quality wise, there's the occasional issue, for example, with the tips of some of these weapons that have rods on them, and a little bit of inconsistency with the texture here. But other than that, it's not too big of a deal, and you're not going to be seeing it from a glance. So not a huge complaint, but still a minor flaw. This is a magnet piece, and I wanted to show you that this is a Creations for Charity item from last year's Creations for Charity fundraiser. So if you get this guy, you can upgrade it to the chrome version. And the owner of Chrome Block City has been very nice in the past 2 years for providing all these chrome bricks that were used in Creations for Charity, so I'd like to thank him for that as well. Anyways, here's my review of Chrome Block City, and hope you guys enjoyed it. You can find the link to their store below the video or at Brothers Brick. Thanks for watching.